Tonight on WTOP-10 Nightly News, Mayor Billy Barlow has appointed a new Oswego City Court judge.
And which SUNY campuses might have higher tuitions next year.
And teaching evaluations at SUNY Oswego are back again.
WTOP-10 Nightly News starts now.
Good evening and welcome to WTOP-10 Nightly News. I'm Thomas Cafarella.
And I'm Kaley Richmond.
But first, today, SUNY Oswego's Presidential Search Committee announced that Dr. Bruno G. Hicks is the third candidate to run for SUNY Oswego's president.
As WTOP-10's Sydney Selleck reports, Dr. Hicks is the Provost and Vice President of Academic Affairs at Dalton College.
Thanks, Kaylee. I had the chance to attend the Presidential Search Student Forum today and learn about Dr. Bruno G. Hicks. As the Provost and Vice President of Academic Affairs at Dalton State in Georgia, Hicks oversees the college's 4 academic schools. Students had the chance to ask him questions at today's forum and covered topics such as higher education and student employment. Dr. Hicks expressed his interest in talking and engaging with students on campus by going to campus events such as big sporting events or theater, but even making his presence known at smaller events like an open mic night. He also wants to make on-campus job opportunities more accessible, like work study. Reporting live, Sydney Selleck, WTOP-10. Back to the desk with Kaylee and Thomas.
Thank you, Sydney. The 4th and 5th candidates will be announced later this week and next week, respectively. The Student Open Forum for the 4th candidate is open on March 30th, and the 5th candidate Open Forum will be held on April 3rd.
Students will have their chance to make their voices heard soon when teaching evaluations are made available to students next month. These surveys from the Assessment, Evaluation, Feedback, and Intervention System, also known as APHIS, will be sent out to students to fill out in mid-April. Students will have until the last day of classes to fill them out and give feedback to professors about their teaching.
Defining the term reproductive justice will be the main topic for Dr. Sally Wagner at her presentation taking place tomorrow at 5 p.m. in the Murano Auditorium. Alongside Wagner, there will be multiple panelists from the surrounding area who will speak on how reproductive issues are experienced differently through race and income. Admission is free for anyone who wishes to attend.
Starting at 8 a.m. on Tuesday, March 28th, SUNY Oswego is taking initiative to enhance campus security and protection of personal information. The campus plans on continuing multi-factor authentication login security, not only on SUNY Oswego-sponsored applications, but also with the campus's Google suite of Gmail, Calendar, Drive, Classroom, and associated collaboration applications, such as Google Chat and Meet. To learn more information about this adjustment, please contact the CTS Help Desk at help@oswego.edu.
After the longtime Oswego City Court Judge James Metcalf announced his retirement, Oswego Mayor Billy Barlow has announced that Timothy Kerwin as the next City Court Judge. Kerwin started his career in 1997 and focuses mostly on criminal and civil and family law cases. Kerwin will officially start as the Oswego City Court Judge on April 27th.
Because of Governor Kathy Hochul's proposal to fund higher education, tuition hikes at several of the most competitive SUNY campuses could grow by 9% each year. According to an analysis by Fiscal Policy Institute, the 4 colleges most prone to higher tuition increases include SUNY Binghamton, Stony Brook, Albany, and Buffalo. The tuition increases are still under negotiations between Hochul and state lawmakers in the final week leading up to the statutory budget deadline on April 1st.
State Attorney General Letitia James is asking a judge to dismiss a lawsuit that was filed against her and her office. The lawsuit targets Ibrahim Khan, who is being accused of making unwanted advances upon Sophia Quintanar. She had worked alongside James and Ibrahim as a deputy press secretary. Throughout the process of the lawsuit, Quintanar says that her case is not being taken as seriously as others. Now let's take a quick look at the weather with Storm Team 10 meteorologist Brandon Rice.
Hello and welcome. So above the hour, we have a few things to discuss. First of all is if winter is going away. Warmer temperatures seem to be on the horizon and hopefully will stay. Spring showers as well will be continuing into the next few weeks. And again, where's Mr. Blue Sky? Possibly some sun coming soon.
Thank you very much. And coming up, a Tennessee school faced a deadly shooting today.
And is TikTok getting banned for real this time? Find out after the break.
Say, President Stanley, whenever there's bad weather, who would you turn to?
I'd turn to Storm Team 10.
No,
right
but you've
here.
got to say it like this. Storm Team 10. Say it with me. Storm Team 10.
Roll it.
Jill
Should we
told me it was
tell him?
Kitty from Glee. Yeah, what is it?
Al Roker.
Hi, I'm Brendan Rice, your Storm Team 10 meteorologist. Looking at your headlines in terms of weather, goodbye winter, spring showers on the way, and where's Mr. Blue Sky? Looking towards tomorrow, we're going to be seeing some temperatures colder into the 30s, with some sunnier skies earlier in the day, giving into the possibility for some showers later at the evening and night. Winds breezy at just a couple miles per hour, so thankfully you probably won't get blown away as you may have in the past few weeks. As we look towards future weather, there is 2 low pressure systems that are currently in the Midwest United States. These will be moving in and conjoining for the later in the week. This is what will be bringing some mixed precipitation and rain showers into the coming few days. We'll be looking a little bit more into that. In terms of your almanac, so for March 28th, 2023, your forecast for tomorrow is estimated to be a high of 38 with a low of 29. Average temperatures around this time are between 47 and 29 degrees, so we're still a little bit on the low end when it comes towards our temperatures. Records, however, are pretty drastic. Within 1945, a high of 84 degrees, and in 1982, a low of 15. I don't know about you, but I'd rather prefer the 84 degrees. Looking towards tomorrow's sunrise will be at 7:24 in the morning, and it'll be a waning crescent moon. Alrighty, looking towards your air quality index, good air all around once again. Temperatures, air quality once again still remaining pretty well, as it usually does, thankfully, around here in Oswego, thanks to the lake and good climate. Looking at your 6 to 10 day outlook, temperatures are going to remain pretty mild towards average in the areas of Oswego and upstate New York. And of course, your 7-day forecast. Sorry, with your next few days, it'll be in the upper 30s and mid 40s, with on Wednesday looking at some possible mixed precipitation. Thursday, some mostly sunny skies, although temperatures still pretty chilly. And towards the end of our week, Friday and Saturday, temperatures warming up into the 40s and even 50s, but with mixed precipitation and showers for both of them. To the weekend, however, temperatures looking a lot nicer. All right, and that's all for the weather. Bring it back to the desk.
Thank you, Brennan. After violent tornadoes injured dozens and took out many homes in the South, communities that were severely damaged are beginning the long-term cleanup process.
Say, like a lazy Susie of a smoker.
Even though Joshua Haynes can't do much to physically build back the city of Rolling Fork, Mississippi, it didn't stop him from wanting to help a community in pain, one meal at a time.
I told my wife yesterday, hey, we ought to just go cook for him.
Haynes and his friends weren't the only ones wanting to help. It's the kind of gesture those who lost everything could appreciate.
And I can't find anything at all.
For Erwin Macon,
Really can't recognize most of this stuff.
everything he had was taken in an instant when the tornado that tore through this trailer park also claimed his home.
A lot of people are in a whole lot worse shape than I am. You know, losing everything, one thing, but being injured, some loss of life.
Loss of life reportedly, including a couple who died when the tornado flung a nearby semi-truck into their home.
But I know that they're in heaven right now. And I was told that they passed away in each other's arms.
A new satellite image showing the deep scar through the town left by the tornado, a catastrophe that will be felt for a long time.
There's nothing here. There's nothing here but a lot of wood, bricks, and rubbish. There's nothing here.
In Rolling Fork, Mississippi, I'm Ivan Rodriguez.
Officials say right now the greatest issue is housing for everyone whose home was lost or damaged. And also, 3 9-year-old children and 3 adults have been killed in a shooting in a private Christian elementary school in Tennessee. The gunman has been described as a 28-year-old man from Nashville who is believed to be a former student at the school. The shooting marks the 129th mass shooting in the U.S. in 2023, according to data from the Gun Violence Archive.
After TikTok CEO Shu Chu testified before lawmakers about data privacy concerns on the app this past Thursday. House Speaker Kevin McCarthy tweeted that this chamber, quote, will be moving forward with legislation to protect Americans from technological tentacles of the Chinese Communist Party, end quote. Last week, the GOP representative said he supported banning the popular video sharing app in the U.S. as Congress seems unconvinced by Chu's testimony. They are continuing to write legislation for the ban. Protests and strikes erupted all over Israel following Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's decision to fire his defense minister Yoav Gallant yesterday. Gallant was the first member of the cabinet to call for a pause on recent controversial reforms. Protesters have been blocking major streets and bridges, waving Israeli flags and chanting Demokratika. Demonstrators lit several fires on the main highway in Tel Aviv, and security forces retaliated by firing water cannons into the crowd.
And in Germany, public transport is expected to come to a standstill this Monday as workers are planning their 24-hour-long strike. The strike is meant to increase pressure on officials to raise the wages for public transport workers as the cost of living continues to go up. Frankfurt Airport, which is the country's largest air travel center, advised passengers to avoid traveling there during the strike. Long-distance railroad services are scheduled for Monday have also been completely suspended. And coming up in WTOP-10 Nightly News, autism rates in the U.S. are on the rise.
And Ticketmaster is being taken to court. Find out why after the break. Welcome back to Major Discussions.
Did you know dragging chains can spark a wildfire?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move. So I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Hey there, I'm Al Roker, class of 76. Yes, way back in 76. Back when the earth was cooling. You're watching WTOP.
Welcome back to WTOP-10 Nightly News. Taylor Swift fans have been rallying in Los Angeles, where about 300 Swifties are taking Ticketmaster to court today. The lawsuit alleges that the company engaged in fraud, price fixing, and antitrust violations. That's after many fans couldn't get tickets to Taylor Swift's, quote, era tour without paying highly inflated prices. The plaintiffs argue Ticketmaster has a monopoly that allows it to charge the price and high fees and take advantage of its fans. It owns about 70% of the market after merging with Live Nation in 2010. And some fans want regulators to undo that combination.
The number of places that accept tips for services is going up, but gratuities are going down. According to a Toast, a restaurant management-based software company, the number of fast food restaurants asking customers if they would like to tip the staff has gone up 10% over the past 3 years. However, during the last quarter, the tipping percentage at establishments like McDonald's and Starbucks was 15.9%. Last year, it was 16.4%. Many analysts believe inflation is to blame for the decrease in tipping.
The rate of children diagnosed with autism in the U.S. has been rising steadily since the 2000s, and new data from the Centers of Disease and Control and Prevention shows that that continues to be the case. CNN's Mandy Gaither has a look into the latest data.
At first glance, it's a disturbing trend in the U.S. In 11 communities across the country that are monitored by the CDC, more children are being diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder.
2.8% of children, or 1 in 36, were identified as having autism.
Matthew Maynor with the CDC says 5 years ago in those same communities, 1 in 44 children were diagnosed with autism by age 8, up from 1 in 150 children in 2000.
Black, Hispanic, and Asian Pacific Islander children had a higher prevalence of autism compared to white children.
The CDC believes the rising numbers don't necessarily mean there are more cases of autism, but that screening tools are catching more of them, especially in minority populations.
Children with autism are a significantly underserved population in our country.
Pediatric psychologist Eric Butter with Nationwide Children's Hospital says this data shows that we're heading in the right direction when it comes to diagnosing autism.
The health equity and disparity issues are beginning to show some promise.
Early detection is critical. The Autism Speaks organization says treatment has a greater impact when children are young.
This report also is a call to action for us to develop more culturally informed intervention services that are able to meet these families where they are at.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Another CDC report released last week shows that the U.S. suffered setbacks in the early detection of autism in 2020, during the height of the COVID-19 pandemic. Researchers say that the data may help communities come up with ways to help children who got delayed autism diagnosis because of the pandemic as they get older.
Disney CEO Bob Iger says his company will start the first round of layoffs this week. There are 3 expected rounds, which will ultimately impact about 7,000 employees. The second round of layoffs is expected to be even larger and is slated for next month. The final round is supposed to happen at some point before the summer. These layoffs are a part of a multi-billion-dollar cost-cutting initiative aimed at streamlining operations.
And Chipotle will pay out $240,000 to former employees to settle union-busting allegations. It comes after Chipotle shut down a location in Maine and Augusta, about a month after employees of the restaurants filed the chain's first petition to unionize. The National Labor Relations Board ruled that the closure broke the law due to the timing and because Chipotle banned Augusta workers from jobs at other Maine locations. Meanwhile, the chain says the shutdown was about staffing issues and that it supports the right to organize. And coming up in sports, it's our Jaden Jiggetts.
Hey Jaden, can you give us a quick preview?
Yes, you can. Tonight, we will have some nice spring lacrosse news and more on WTOP-10 Nightly News after the break.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Shine on that boy.
Look at the bling. Look at do we got a diamond tester on? Yeah, that's getting bad. Yep.
10 out of 10 recommend on Yelp.
We're going to the playoffs.
I can't believe I missed that. Every time I'm buzzed, I spend too much time on my phone.
What? I should take your phone away.
No. I'll call for a ride.
Wait, why does my face look like that?
I'm playing with these new face filters.
Okay, you know what? Yep, that's mine.
Kevin, I need that back.
No.
Kevin! Good evening, everyone. This is your sports anchor, Jaden Jiggetts, here with WTOP-10 Nightly News. SUNY Oswego's men's baseball team took a devastating defeat to Cortland Red Dragons in opening weekend, losing 0-10 as the final score. This loss is the second time the Oswego Lakers were shut out this season, which came both from Cortland. Oswego baseball player Larry Cirola led the Lakers on the mound with 2 strikeouts in 2 innings pitched. Oswego will now have to look towards their home opener against Cobleskill next. Enough with talking about losses. The Oswego women's lacrosse team wins their first conference matchup, taking down New Paltz Hawks 11-5 as the final score. Oswego Lakers made an impressive comeback in this game, scoring 8 goals in the second half after trailing 5-3 to the Hawks after the first half ended. Oswego players Shane McConnell and Julia Quirk had a great impact on this game as McConnell put up 4 goals and Quirk put up 3 goals. Keeping the lacrosse talk going, Oswego men's lacrosse team defeated SUNYAC rivals SUNY Brockport Golden Eagles in a close win as the final score was 9-8. This game was a back-and-forth battle between both teams as both Oswego and Brockport scored goals in each quarter. Oswego players Max Brumman and Gavin Elston played a big part in the team's first conference win as Brumman ended the game with 3 goals and Elston ended with 3 goals and 1 assist. Moving to the orange and blue uniforms, Syracuse men's lacrosse team defeated their old rival Hobart to retain the Cross Simmons Trophy, final score being 18-7. The Cross Simmons Trophy is named in honor of legendary head coaches Babe Cross from Hobart and Roy Simmons Sr. from Syracuse. This win is Syracuse's 9th straight win over the Statesmen and marks the team's 80th win over Hobart. Syracuse Orange player Joey Spallina put up in a fantastic game with 4 goals and 2 assists, move him into the top 10 freshman season records in goals, assists, and points. And now we got ourselves the Brooklyn Nets taking on Orlando Magic. We got, okay, all right. To start off the game, we see Mikal Bridges going in for the 3. Splash. Real quick, I want to talk about the score. It's 19 points. Brooklyn Nets got 19. Orlando Magic got 60 in the first quarter. Okay, we just saw the Magic score 3. Now we're in the second quarter with 7 minutes. Orlando Magic up by 2. And ooh, what a layup by Cam Thomas. Okay. Now we got a 3 for the Orlando Magic. All right. We got the Nets back with the ball. They're down by 8. Ooh, what a nice good shot jumper right there. We got the Nets right here. We got the Nets right here. Okay. Oh, what a dunk by Cole Anthony. Okay. Cole Anthony out here showing some magic. We got, well, Magic got the ball. Okay, wait, hold up. Okay. What a good layup by the team. All right. Orlando Magic doing their thing out there. Score right now is not looking good for the Nets as they're down by 20 points. Yup. Okay. The Orlando Magic scored another. They scored again. They scored again. And that could have been a good dunk. That could have been a dunk of the year right there. Cole Anthony, he messed it up, but he still made the score. He still got the score. Overall, the Orlando Magic, they end up winning the game. Even though Mikal Bridges ended with 44 points, Cole Anthony ended the game with 21 points. The whole team did good. We got Markelle Fultz. They did good.
And after break, the infamous fire-breathing demon dog may have just found a permanent home. Stay tuned for WTOP-10. We will be right back.
Hey there, I'm Al Roker, class of 76. Yes, way back in 76. Back when the earth was cooling. You're watching WTOP.
The Kinda Late Show with Chloe and Anna. Like licorice, Twizzlers, absolutely nasty. The thought of turkey is just nauseating.
I think you're wrong, is what I think.
You think I'm wrong a lot of times.
I do think you're wrong a lot.
When you look at the number of disasters in the U.S., chances are every area will deal with some kind of emergency in the next decade. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Put the keys down, Kevin. But I'm gonna drive home. There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
I guess I have really been looking for love in this dating app. Yep, I'm definitely gonna call a ride home.
Infamous fire-breathing demon dog is getting his 4th shot at finding his forever home. After 6 weeks of intense training, the Niagara SPCA has found a new owner for Ralphie, their 1-year-old pit bull who has been adopted and returned 3 times. His new owner, Jason, trains dogs professionally for the Department of Energy in Tennessee, will be chronicling Ralphie's journey on Instagram on the account Demon Dog Ralphie. And that is our report tonight. Please be sure to stay tuned for our OP.
Thank you for watching. Have a great